Well, there are lots of challenges, but if I would limit myself to three, I would say the first one is based on the reality, based on the facts, is that there is an increasing complexity and also there is a widening gap between the political world, that is a kind of world on itself, and the electorate and the voters and the citizens. And it becomes more and more difficult for citizens to get involved in political parties, to stand as a candidate, but also to just give their opinion, because there's a lot of complexity and it's very difficult to access. Second reason, I think, is that, well, the access to politics is more than ever dependent on, whether people have the money or not. Participating in elections, campaigning, training themselves is becoming more and more expensive, and so the access to money, also because of very expensive campaigns, is really a critical factor. Last but not least, there is the whole of discriminatory laws, regulations, policies, the way institutions work, that put barriers to access, especially for more marginal groups and people that, at the contrary, would deserve a kind of encouragement to get involved in politics. Well, participation by as many people as possible, all the citizens, is of course key when you think about the definition we use at International IDEA to describe what democracy is. We're talking about control by the citizens of the exercise of authority. And number two, there's not only that element of public control, but also of equality among citizens in the exercise of that control. And so control by the people and then equality in that control, this directly relates to the fact that all citizens should have the chance, should have the opportunity, and should be motivated to participate. So I would say that inclusiveness of political participation is really key. The quality of democracy directly, the representativeness, the legitimacy, directly depends on the inclusiveness. But first of all, we develop knowledge products, research, for instance, where we clearly show what the problem is, that democracy in certain circumstances is not really representative, that there is no equality among citizens, that some parts of the population are not really represented or not really involved in democratic processes. Number two, other than making available knowledge products, what we do is try to share best practices, how to tackle the issue. This is a traditional role. Offer platforms for specialists, for researchers, for practitioners to exchange best practices, how to tackle the issue of underrepresentation, for instance, of some parts of the population. Last but not least, with partners, with like-minded people, we try to work on very specific situations in regions, in countries, where we try to improve the situation.